Welcome to Holiday Park, where we're here for our first ever visit. As well as experiencing lots of cool rides and checking out what might be to come in the future, we're also going to get on this superb Intamin mega coaster called Expedition G-Force. So hit like, hit subscribe and join us as we investigate. Here we go. Wow! Oh my god! That's alright. Yeah, actually. Holy heck. Near missed the ride. Jeez. So Expedition G-Force.
The big FM Expedition G-Force.
Yeah, I'm not calling it that. I'm still not calling that. It's silly tie-in. However, bit rough, but not painful, but still quite promising for a 20-year-old, 22-year-old ride.
Yeah, not bad at all. And we did back row because we checked log ride before we came, and there was mentions of the back and the whip on the first drop. And yeah, very whippy on that first drop.
Very big one-esque is what you said.
Yeah, because you drop and immediately turn right as you come down. So very reminiscent of the big ones drop at Pleasure Beach Resort, Lancashire, Blackpool, UK, Great Britain.
England, Great Britain, Europe, the world.
Yeah, really fun. Some good moments of airtime.
Yeah, some good bunny hills. There's like a few near the end and then a few right at the end.
Yeah.
And also those near misses like with the supports were crazy.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Yeah, wacky restraints. I've never seen those before. I don't know if you
Yeah.
have, but yeah, pretty comfortable.
Enjoyed it. Definitely we'll do it again later. Try a front row out.
Yeah. It's on one train because the park we think is quite quiet, but that's okay. Because it has 14 rows.
It's a Saturday and it is dead. But what I also like was that the coaster went over like the whole park. So we've seen quite a lot of it now, which is cool. It does feel very Plopsa. To be fair, this ride doesn't feel very Plopsa.
No.
But then again, neither does the Ride to Happiness.
Yeah.
But big thrill coasters bring people in. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. I believe there's some other stuff we need to go try out. So let's try it out. Henry's just pointed out that this area feels like it's getting renovated for next year.
Yeah, or even like as the season goes, because this ride is open and operating, but there's loads of steel structures that are exposed, and there's a sign over there that says, I think, something along the lines of like, excuse our appearance while we do some work. So
yeah, base camp in Greenville town is what I can read. New attraction it says, which I think is behind us as well.
And we'll probably see it when we walk this way, but I don't know if you spotted, but there was some concrete sort of like a track base.
I did see that.
What looked like maybe like a little guided kiddie ride or something.
I think you're absolutely right. Blinky the koala, I think is his name.
Yeah, this looks very fun. I think we should do this.
You might think their whip on Expedition G-Force is good on that first drop. This was pretty damn crazy. I was on somewhat in the middle, more towards the left, whipped round to the right, slammed myself into the side, whacked my knee, I'm in pain. Thanks for that. That's my own fault, but I'm surprised at how whippy that was. I had to like push myself into the corner, stretch my legs out, and then I wasn't moving, but yeah, surprised at that for a little kid's ride. What the heck? Yeah, madness. Does look like this area is going to get improved though. Let's go check out the signs over yonder.
That's where we are. This is the track for some sort of like Jeep buggy ride. That's what we've just been on.
Yeah.
The whippy one. And then that's the bus that has a lot more theming on that concept. So, I mean, that all looks lovely.
It'd be really cool, very Amazonian, jungly vibe, isn't it?
Yeah, seeing what Plop's group did with Ride to Happiness and other, like the front of this park's lovely. I've no doubt that it'll look the same or very similar to this.
Yeah, I think once this is all themed in, it's going to be lovely. But I think you're right, like a little Jeeps sort of thing. Hopefully there's some elevation to it as well. I think that'd be nice. But yeah, looks interesting. It's good. It's good to see.
Big,
more theming always.
Interactive rock structure by the looks of it.
Hashtag rock work always. Unsurprisingly, this Wickie kind of Viking area looks just like the one at Plopsland Upon.
It does, yeah.
Must be an IP.
Yeah.
And this disco looks exactly the same. It's even got the same entry sign as you go under the hump of the disco.
The same rock structure as well.
Yeah, I think
Slight differences, but pretty much the same.
Very cloney, but we have found a log flume as well. And I don't think Plopsland has a splash battle, I remember.
I can't remember.
And on a day like today when it's 30 degrees, we need some water rides. We are melting. I have melted. My feet don't exist anymore. They're puddles.
That's why the camera's lower.
Yeah. We've just seen that the log flume Wickie Splash is unfortunately closed. However, because of the theming, we're now more keen to get on it because it looks very well themed. A few indoor sections, a few outdoor sections, bit of a double drop, I think. So we're actually kind of hoping it will open later. He's not a security guard. The staff member said it kind of gave a as to whether it will open later. We discussed from far away with hand gestures. So fingers crossed that will be open soon. For some reason, there's a F.L.Y themed area, and it's not Fly at Phantasialand. We've got some hot air balloons, a Große, what's that called? Sky Flyer, like Red Force at Pleasure Beach Resort, Lancashire, England, UK, World, Globe, Universe. And flying churros, because as Henry said, if you want to theme churros to a flying area, just have flying in front of it. Oh, and also something else. But yeah, an odd theme, to say the least. Doesn't feel very Plopsa, but it's quite uplifting music, no pun intended.
The chair swinger ride looks really good on top of it.
Yeah,
really smart.
You're right, the theming is good on that actually. I am quite good at these Große Sky Force things.
Oh, we've got a spin.
Is he spinning?
Yeah, just one.
He's going to get
one
it.
Person.
He knows what he's doing, he's going to get it. Oh, maybe, I don't know. Very cool to see the corkscrew still here. Very similar vein to Towers, how they've kept their corkscrew but moved it to the entrance, whereas this one, I believe, is exactly where it was, because it looks like it would have been around here, actually. However, that's no more. Germany believes? No, he doesn't. He's called Henry. Henry believes that it was the first inverting coaster in Germany, so it makes sense that it would still be here in the park. Nice little bit of history. However, it's no more, because instead it's Skyscream. Hey, Skyscream, isn't it? Yeah, Skyscream, a Premier Skyrocket 2 model, but this has a whole horror theme. Very Saw with the outside and the station building stuff, so we're going to go give this a spin. Ooh!
Dark ride cars.
Oh yeah! Ooh. Little trim. That's great fun. Thoughts on your first ever Skyrocket 2 by Premier Rides?
It is very fun. It's quirky. It's different. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And you've done Tigress?
Yes.
Busch Garden?
Yes, well done. Busch Gardens Tampa does not have the theme that this does.
Yeah, this, like, the ride doesn't, but the queue line area is pretty well done, and the station, so...
Some good jump scares in the queue as well.
Some nice, like, moving photos as you walk past people's portraits of zombies. Yeah, solid ride. I think I could see this fitting very well at Thorpe Park, but Thorpe needs better capacity, so I wouldn't actually want this there.
Yeah, I see what you mean in terms of the ride itself, but not necessarily the horror theming. They've got enough horror theming. It does feel very Saw with the horror theming, which makes sense, because horror theming there's only really so much you can do with it. And it's a good area, it works well. I just don't understand why there's a horror area in a Plopsa park. park.
Yeah.
It's a family park. I mean, I get that they want more thrilling bits here and there, but at least like with the Ride to Happiness, it doesn't feel out of place in a family park.
Yeah.
It's a nice, brighter theme, like Hyperia would be, but still thrilling.
Yeah.
So a little odd.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, they want to be as multi-market as possible and attract different customers. So your families, your thrill seekers, and then you like your big families for like a day out with some that might not even want to do rides. So I get having different aspects to appeal to different targets, but like you say, they can have thrill rides without the horror theme, and that's the bit that I don't know why it's here with how many of the family attractions they've got.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the rest of the park, because I think that'll show us just how much this doesn't fit in a way. As I suspect there's nothing as intense as this, really.
What do you reckon, front row, back row?
Front, you know.
Yeah, I think it's a front row.
A bit more hang, haven't you, really? Which works.
And you see the elements as they come,
which is
it's
good.
A bit more near-miss kind of feeling.
Half-meter bratwurst. What investigation is this?
Well, we got off Wickie Splash, which is a very good flume ride, and I saw a sign with a massive bratwurst that's like 2 times longer than the bun, and I went over and it's a half-meter bratwurst, which looks like a challenge. Don't know if I'm ready for it today though.
So many jokes I'm not gonna partake in.
No.
That was a good ride. First 2 splashes were more splashy than the last drop. However, the lift hills that were indoors, the walls were like covered in, well, it looks like bin liner, and I'm sure it's not, but I was like, I just wish there was a bit more theme in there. The spoiler alert, turntable section had theme in, both of them, but that was just at the top and at the bottom respectively. It wasn't elsewhere, so that was a shame, but otherwise, yeah, very well presented, I thought.
Very nice.
But the water's mucky as well.
You know that this is popular. This is the longest queue of the park now at 30 minutes.
Probably because it's also 30 plus degrees, to be fair.
Hot, so everyone is wanting the ride on the log flume, and I cannot blame them.
No, neither can I. Fuming, they've split it in half. But yeah, you couldn't fit all that in at once, could you?
Nah. Looks good though.
This beach area is quite nice, and the little water park next door with some sort of car meets plane Transformers hybrid IP. It's very bright and colourful, a little bit too bright and colourful and compared to the rest of the sort of beach area. But it's nice that we have this for the kids. Although, when you got the Skyscream next door, that horror themed skyrocket by Premier Rides, it's a bit weird. But still, nice views from the Lighthouse themed Starflyer. Flower? What's the Starflower? And from up there, we could see a little area in which we believe one of the new coasters will be. So there's 2 new coasters coming over the next 2 years. There's a Gerstlauer. Was it a Gerstlauer spinning coaster?
No, I think
I made that up.
It's just a Gerstlauer family one with a spike. That's what's on the promo material.
Okay.
And it's werewolf themed. And then there's the Extreme Spinner.
That's it, by Mac, who we love, obviously, Europa. And that Mac Extreme Spinner will be somewhere around here. And we think, from reports we've seen previously, that it might also be Tomorrowland themed. Is that right?
I think
from
that's
the article.
confirmed.
Yeah. So whether it's a clone or whether it's a unique layout will be one we find out in the future. But that spot opposite the lake behind us certainly seems to be where something will be. What that is, I don't know. How you'll get there, I'm not quite sure, actually. It'll be interesting to see how they expand the park, because it's quite small. There's definitely land and plenty of fields nearby, although there is then a lot of trees as well. So I think somewhat landlocked in terms of fields and then the trees, unless they were to knock down the trees. Whether they do that or not, I don't know. How much they own, I don't know. This is my first time here. Give me a break. Detectives on the case, we're figuring it out. By the way, if you're enjoying this, there is a subscription button. Plenty more cases to come, plenty more like you've seen. and lots of evidence as well. But for now, we need to go investigate some further at this Plopsaland Park here, Holiday Park. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is a clone of the one in Plopsaland Japan.
Yeah.
It looks very similar, as we said before. However, the very close interaction with the splash battle means that we were getting squirted by people on the splash battle.
They absolutely loved it. When they got people on the disco, they were like, yeah!
They were buzzing, weren't they?
Yeah, and we were like, ah!
And I filmed it on my GoPro. No, I didn't. I hadn't pressed record, sadly.
Yeah.
Ever the professional here at the agency. I know. I thought I had. I've been pressing record before we get on rides to make sure it's done. But I think I was trying to do that and take my cap off and my glasses off, and then also get shots of G-Force and the disco. It was all happening at once, to be fair. I can't multitask.
My theory, you got distracted by half a metre of German sausage.
Depends who's asking. Looks like in our travels we found some sort of merry little England, very Tudor-esque with the facades and the buildings, little carousel in the middle of the plaza, and then a dinosaur-themed rapids next door for some reason. So we're going to get on that as it is melting today. Don't think we're going to get too wet on this one. Doesn't seem to be a rough one.
Never know with rapids anymore.
True, but also with there being two of us, I think, lovely view. We'll have things a bit more on our side, so to speak. Oh. I'm really impressed with the theming. Really impressed. Oh, jeez Louise. Right, I'm holding on.
Oh my.
That was a bit much. You see that on that camera?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus! I feel like we went faster because we... Lighter, maybe. I think I was wrong.
I think we underestimated this. This is brutal.
Oh my days. We're getting flung about in this thing.
Oh no! Oh.
What is this?
Oh my.
Oh.
What?
I don't mind getting wet, I just don't want to get flung about so much.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
That was intense and unexpected.
And of course, we can't...
Dinosaur skull.
Oh yeah, and there's a skeleton behind you.
Oh yeah?
We can't have seatbelts on just in case the ride was to capsize.
Ooh,
We'd
hello.
be stuck getting out of it, wouldn't we? Ooh.
This looks good.
I like the bat's eyes that are LEDs.
Wow.
I assume that's what it is. Yeah. How cool is that? Oh heck. Wow. I feel like we're spinning more than the other boats were.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but... Oh! Oh, we're gonna miss this little... Jeez! Oh my dear!
Oh no, not another one.
Okay. I underestimated this a lot. This feels like the one at Thorpe, where we're gonna get thrashed. Oh jeez! Whee! The machine just there, the wave bit. Oh. I think the worst of it's done there.
Yeah, I think we got a collision. Oh.
If we can get through this, there we go.
Oh, technician's back.
There we go, back to the end.
Oh, that was lovely.
Yeah, that was surprising. I'm okay. Okay. Hello. But you got the brunt of that. So yeah, that was pretty cool, all things considered. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think bearing that this is next to a Smurf dark ride that's closed today and a carousel, we were like, oh, this will be a little tame rapids. And then the queue was really nice, loads of decoration. There was a technician actively working on the lighting package while we were there. So we were like, yeah, this is nice. And it'll be a nice, calm one. But no. 2 seconds in and we got slammed into the wall.
Whipped about.
Shook,
shaken, and S word. Sword.
Didn't get that wet.
No.
a few bumps.
Yeah, a bit of a rapid ride, I guess. But yeah, I'm surprised at the theming and how well looked after it is. And it's just another example of why you need to check out smaller parks, because there can be hidden gems.
Yeah.
It's not world class or anything, but you know, it's a surprising addition in this park. And I still can't believe we're in a Plopsa park in a way.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel like it compared to Plopsaland Japan.
In what way?
In the sense that felt a bit more family, child friendly. But this feels a bit more
family.
Mid.
Yeah.
There's some very thrilling stuff and then more like mid stuff and then a few little smaller bits.
Yeah.
In a way, it feels like a step up from Plopsa, from Japan, except that Plopsaland Japan has a more extreme 1-2 punch of Ride to Happiness and Anubis.
Yeah. Both great parks though. Check them out.
Yeah, I would definitely tell people to come here. And I will do. Come here. Wow, she's in a lot of green. That's so neon.
You could green screen her out.
Yeah. So we've just stepped foot inside the indoor area. That makes sense, inside the indoor area, where there's various Plopsa themes for the kids. So in terms of Maya and Heidi as well, which we'll remember from Heidi the Ridey back at Plopsaland Japan. And here there's a few flats, some little bits for the kids mostly, and there is a kiddie coaster as well. Of course, that's our final cred to get on, so we will be getting on that very soon. Tabalugas Achterbahn, very dark in here, so apologies. Thoughts on that little thing?
It's alright. Gives me like Frozen vibes.
Yeah, you've got like an outdoor section within the indoor bit and then an indoor bit within the indoor bit.
Yeah.
In that you go inside like some mountainous range and there's some snow theming and creatures in there, etc.
And then you hit the brakes in the pitch black so you don't know that they're coming, and it's quite intense.
It was a bit much, wasn't it, those brakes? I thought that. Yeah, it's alright though, it's decent.
Not bad.
It's nice that
Two-lap special.
Yeah, and it's nice that they've incorporated a indoor bit within the indoor section. I think that's quite funny.
Yeah.
You can just about make out behind me the sort of little, the little holes where they're gonna go. But yeah, not bad at all. All cred secured today at Holiday Park. We do have a drop tower and another ride on G-Force to get on, so should we go do them?
Let's go.
All right. Where do you go? There we go.
4000 Meter ist es nicht. Oh ja, vielleicht mit 10.
Ooh, lovely view. Oh, you got done there. Wow, I didn't realise the rapids took up so much space.
Yeah.
All that. Hello. Oh, you don't like these, do you?
No.
Oh, I forgot, sorry. Oh well, you'll be fine.
Aber weißt du, 70 Meter sind doch irgendwie schlimmer wie 3000, 4000. Woher weißt du das? Da habe ich beides gemacht. Ja, aber warum das? Weil es schlimmer aussieht wie bei 4000 Metern Höhe.
Oh, little team. Holy moly! They're so good! Intamins are the first drop towers. Wow. That's so good. We have ended our day here at Holiday Park with 3 more rides on Big FM Expedition G-Force.
Did we do 3?
Yeah! We did 1 this morning and then we just done 3. Because we were going to do 2 and then we sneakily did another, so we've done 3. Yeah, we have. I'm correct, we have. Right,
It's the heat.
It's the heat. Honestly, I am melting. I don't know if I said it, but I'm melting. Having done it 3 times now, yeah, definitely the best ride in the park. I understand why we were recommended to come here. Definitely a front row ride. The whip towards the end, as you said, is really good. The smell of the trees and going over like the whole park amongst the trees is really cool as well. And those near misses near the end, near the supports, are really cool. Like you kind of go over some. No, you go up a bunny hill. You miss some, and then you come down, you don't see that you're then going to miss some more and go under them. Like, it's really good. It is a really decent ride. We're kind of in front of the shipping container that's an arcade. And as you can kind of see, there's loads of awards. Like, it's won tons of stuff, which is really surprising.
Yeah.
Because some of them are like from 2015, and it's like, really? Like 13 years later?
Yeah, the earlier ones, 2004, 2005, I get. But,
Yeah.
Like 2015, Europe's best steel coaster.
Yeah, where is that?
That one.
There's also World's Best Steel Coaster in 2003.
But from a reputable source, who knows?
Yeah, Internet Coaster Poll. Is that like a site? Is that just the saying, oh, it was a Internet Coaster Poll?
They
I
put
don't
it
know.
out on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Interesting. But tell you what, there's some more thoughts. We'll wrap up over at the front of the park. But otherwise, yeah, good ride. Perfect. Well, not perfect. no.
Solid.
Can't do Mac perfect anymore. Solid.
Intamin. Solid.
Here we are then, closing up this case at Holiday Park for our first ever visit. My thoughts are that if it wasn't for the Plopsaland pass we had, Plopsa pass we had, I don't think I would have come. I think you think the opposite.
I guess I'd much rather do Europa than this.
Yeah.
But if you're visiting and you've got the time, it's not overly far. I'm not too sure about public transport, but at least to drive, it wasn't too bad. It's a nice park, but there's no major draw in terms of either like a flagship coaster or like a really well presented park. Like, don't get me wrong, it's got some good coasters and it's a nicely presented park.
This is the thing.
But it doesn't excel.
Yes. Expedition G-Force is the hello fly. Expedition G-Force. Can you see him on my shoulder?
No.
Oh, sorry. Oh. Expedition G-Force is their standout coaster. It's the flagship attraction. However, it is a family park. And as much as I think this feels like a better overall park than Plopsaland Pan, Plopsaland Pan has the better 1-2 punch of the Ride to Happiness and Anubis. Because Expedition G-Force is very good, but Ride to Happiness is way better. And then Skyscream is good, but Anubis is a unique layout and way better.
Yeah.
So, although Skyscream is very fun, so it's an interesting take.
Yeah.
Detective Cookson wasn't here because his Plopsa pass wasn't working, and he literally said, sorry, Detective Close, sorry. They're so similar. And he literally was saying, well, I don't want to pay to go in there after we've just done a Europa. And I'm like, yeah, I completely get that, especially when you're not coming in for free. So realistically, yeah, I don't think I would have bothered, but it was nice to check it out.
Yeah.
However, the 2 new coasters are definitely what they need, and you mentioned that before, didn't you?
Yeah. It's kind of like they've got Expedition G-Force, which is a solid coaster in its day, probably one of the best around. I mean, they've got tons of awards.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
And Skyscream is fun, but it's quick and the capacity probably suffers on a busy day.
Yeah.
Like the queue line, the extended queue is massive.
Yeah, that was outside. Did you see that? Yeah.
So I think they and then they've got the kiddie coaster in the indoor bit. So having a family one feels very needed, like a mid-level, and to get a new thrill coaster also I think is not quite as needed, but will be welcome to bring in even more.
I think it is.
Yeah, I guess
because
so.
when you I know Skyscream is thrilling, but the throughput isn't good enough, so you need another one, because then your 1-2 punch is going to be Expedition G-Force, presumably on 2 trains, and like a more sort of thrilling coaster. But yeah, definitely need a family thrill, or just family. And a lot of coasters these days, a lot of manufacturers seem to be focusing more on the family/family thrill market, because innovation's kind of drying up a bit. There's not much more that can be done. It's kind of like, oh, let's refine and perfect the stand-up coaster or the invert. So family thrill coasters are more the way to go, because it's more family days out that seem to be the big target audience.
And you can do loads of show scenes, effects, all that sort of stuff.
Explains why I loved Arthur so much that we did at Europa Park, because it was a really good combination of coaster with dark ride scenes, basically. My back's aching, my arm is killing. Oh, so we're gonna have to wrap up there. I must have such guns holding this camera up. Anyway, sadly that is the end of our 4-day stint here in Germany. The Miracle Detective Agency has been abroad. However, next up, there's more Germany. Surprisingly, we booked tickets for another park ages ago that were on the cheap, and then this was booked afterwards. So surprisingly, yeah, we're going to be back very soon. So thank you.
Germany are good at theme parks.
Yeah, the next one's very good as well, but you'll have to discover that for yourselves when we get there, and that investigation will start very soon. However, for myself here today with Detective Cookson as my right-hand man as always, that's us done here at Holiday Park in Germany. Case closed.